I love it when it's fat and spicy.
This is fat and spicy.
Fat and spicy, motherfucker.
Fat and spicy.
It's another fat and spicy.
So you want me to say fat and spicy? Fuck that. I'm out of here.
Fuck fat and spicy.
Dude, we're mega superstars, bro.
To the old lady I cut off at the light, I am sorry, but you were too slow.
Have you seen Werewolf Labs, man?
One of my captains, he was like, Sheriff, we seen a werewolf. I thought he was crazy. What werewolf are you talking about? And then he started acting crazy a little bit. You know what? I think you're 5150. I'm gonna put you on administrative leave. You go to the hospital.
Sounds like you've been smelling what we've been smoking.
Look, if there's a mayor I want to be at.
Right?
Hey,
I know.
run me for mayor.
Eating nothing but roaches and, mind you, fingers. I just love fingers.
Chicken fingers?
No, homeless people's fingers.
Are you still messing around with women who are taken?
All right.
Oh my God! Say it ain't so. The viewers are in awe.
Okay, but you know what? Everybody has a past.
Question for Josh. How did you learn to be a developer for 5M, and how would you recommend a beginner starting?
I've got a background in the IT space for a long time. There were a lot of things that I could kind of grasp, like coding and stuff, but I'm not deep in certain areas as I would like to be. But I would say, the best way to start anything in life, doesn't matter what it is to just jump headfirst into it.
What is roleplay?
It's a place where I can escape personal trouble that I have going on in my real life. I come here and I RP because it's a place that I can come and be somebody other than myself, other than the guy that gets up and goes to work every morning.
For me, it's a place where I can come build characters outside of ourselves, try to promote interactions with other people. What I do love is when people take the time to turn around and have interactions, meaningful interactions. Even if it's just a few words, those few words can mean a lot.
This is Fat and Spicy, the podcast brought to you in city, out of city. I'm Fat.
And I'm spicy.
And this is the Fat and Spicy Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fat and Spicy Show. I'm Spicy. Fat's taking a week off. As you can see, we're just going to have a little vacation. I'm sitting at the beach, enjoying some waves, about ready to have a brewski and hit the waves, dude. But in the meantime, guess what? I was over at my grandma's house, and I was going through her attic. She's like, Spicy, help me get this shit out of my attic. I'm like, okay, Grandma. And when I found this thing, I was like, what is this? She goes, those are tapes of your great-grandfather. He was a marshal in the Old West. And I was like, no way. And she was like, way. And I was like, bro. And she was like, bro. And I was like, bro. And she was like, bro. And I was like, bro. So I was looking at this tape, and apparently this guy is like why I do podcasts, man. He was like an interviewer. So I got a videotape of him sitting down with like one of his law enforcement buddies and some dude that like he used to deal with. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Sit back, watch this clip. And guess what, dude? We'll be back on Monday with our fucking AOC version. Fat and Spicy forever, man. Love ya.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say, but I found myself a moving camera, and I figured there ain't gonna be nothing better than sitting down with two of my old friends. Get together and try this moving picture thing out and see if, I could get some interesting conversation out of these two fellas. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am Marshal Devin Lords, law enforcement officer for many years. I'd like to do my job. Sitting next to me is Mr. Thaddeus D., an entrepreneur, store owner, and so much more. And sitting next to him over there with the badge neck, luxurious red hair of his, Marshal Quayle. Marshal Quayle's been a mentor of mine since I joined the force. He trained me, and he trained many other law enforcement officers like myself. Gentlemen, welcome to the Devin Lords Show. How the hell are you?
Hey, Devin. I'm doing okay over here.
And Thaddeus, how you doing, my friend? You had a couple of drinks in front of you. I see.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Can't complain.
So the purpose of all this, like I said, I ain't here trying to get no secrets out of nobody, but I found this here camera and I thought, well, what the hell? Let's try some of this new Fandangle technology. We got the electric light. What's next?
What is it? Could you explain this to me? What are we doing?
So it's going to capture your soul on this here film is what they call it. And then we're going to show that soul to all the people out there in the world, son.
Did you say my soul? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I don't have one anyway, so we're good.
Trust me, we know we getting into that sooner than later. So sit back, gentlemen, relax, help yourself to another slug of that there shine we got in front of us, and let's talk. So, Marshall, coming up in the world, you remember when I was nothing but a whipper, and you pinned that badge on my chest and told me to go out, and I thought I was going to save the world. What did you think of What'd you think of old Marshall Lords, Deputy Lords back in the day when I headed out on my horse for my first patrol? What'd you think of this guy?
I liked you. You know, I just wanted to touch your nipple, really. That's why I pinned the badge on you. And then I was obligated, you know. But at that, I mean, within a few minutes, I realized the move was the right move, you know. So I took you as more of a, I don't know, a ladies' man. But you get your hands dirty.
I don't mind getting my hands dirty, especially when it comes to my 49 wives. Ex-wives, that is. Don't ask no questions because we ain't here for that. Mr. Thaddeus, you are a store owner, sir. You have prevailed much merchandise for the many folks of the county that you live in. My question, what's it like to be a man of the people?
Man of the people. I guess selling booze to the people, I guess, would make me somewhat of a man of the people. But it's I don't know. It's a mixed bag. You get all sorts, you know, coming through those front doors. Especially when you know, there's the types of products there for sale at my establishment.
What kind of products you got for sale at your establishment, son?
Oh, I mean, we've got there's red lights up in the up around the bedrooms for a purpose, and we got booze and tobacco and hot food.
That's right. Them red lights dry your hair quicker once it's wet when you come out of the bath.
Of course, that's precisely what they're used for. Nothing
Although
else.
for my liking, sir, I would prefer if that lady would put a top on before she scrubs my nether regions. Excuse me very much.
Well,
I didn't
you're
understand special bath for $1 meant special bath.
You're supposed to tip her for that service.
Well, she
We
was.
gave her. Never mind.
Yes, sir. That was where I was going with that. So, Marshal Quayle, let's talk about wearing that badge for a few moments, sir. How long you been upholding law and order?
Oh, a couple days, I'd say. You know, I don't know. Days become nights, become days around here, and I don't know. It's I don't know. It's I don't think it's the best choice I've made in my life, but it's the choice I've made.
Why not
They
the best
say-
choice you've made, sir?
Well, they say things like hunger and broken hearts push a reasonable man to do unreasonable things, and I figured this was my best way to keep myself from doing unreasonable things.
So it's nothing you was atoning for. It's more of just a way to keep yourself busy. No idle hands for the devil to play with.
Yes, sir. Keep that mind busy. When you're lawman, you're lawman. You're nothing
Yes,
else.
sir.
You can't be a husband. You can't be a father. You can't be a friend. You can only be a brother to your lawman.
Well, maybe that explains why I've been through so many wives. Ain't nobody as good to me as my pistol and my badge, sir.
I think you're just promiscuous, but you know, whatever you want to say, I guess.
Hey, you can't keep a farmer from sowing his wild oats, my friend Marshall.
Yeah, I know you spread your seeds. I know.
I mean, Mr. Thaddeus hasn't been to how do I say it? He hasn't stopped me from that when I go upstairs to see the red lights in the bedrooms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we all
he's-
got to make
he's
our
an
money
enabler.
somehow.
All we're saying is when I die, sir, they're gonna close the brothels for a day in respect.
Your
So
soul will
tell
live
me,
on.
what's new, sir? You got a horse? You got a new animals in your life? What are you doing with your time, Mr. Quayle? When you ain't out there keeping up the law and the justice, what fills your mind?
Oh, I don't want to talk about what's in my mind. Most of the time, I walk the streets, look at the women. I mean, look at the clouds, and
Look at the women, yes, sir.
Yeah, well.
Just try to keep my mind clear, keep myself from doing crazy things. I've got this addiction I don't really want to talk about. If this
Chocolate
is
milk.
my
It's chocolate
soul,
milk.
Yes, let's just cut to the chase. Mr. Thaddeus there's talking the right words. You have this addiction to chocolified dairy products, sir.
it's the brown cows, I guess you could say. And anyway, yeah, to answer your question, it's been pretty quiet around these parts lately. Um, Thaddeus here keeps my mind going. He's rather intelligent and makes me feel a little less intelligent. It's probably good for me. I get a big head sometimes, because all the ladies, with this. I mean, look at me, right? Look at me.
Right, sexy beast, sir.
But Thaddeus, though, I mean, I'm curious what he's been up to because I think he's selling moonshine in the back of the saloon. I've thought that for a while, but
Whoa. We ain't here to be
Yeah,
causing
I just-
accusations in front of all the people that may
Listen.
be watching, sir.
Now, why would I go sell moonshine when I got a perfectly good supply of legal booze?
Well, I don't know. There's a guy screaming in the streets every now and then. What was the Cardinals
The guy that's
saying?
yeah, he also thinks I got a turtle under my saloon and has tried blowing it up on several occasions. So
Well, he's not well in the head, but on the moonshine side, I don't know. I'm wondering.
Well, it is fair to say, Mr. Thaddeus, that you do come in contact in your saloon with savory and unsavory characters alike. Am I wrong?
no, of course you're not wrong. A saloon's a very popular place for all sorts.
And I would assume that these unsavory characters who happen to make your acquaintance sometimes may or may not want to unload certain products to certain people in the county. Is that true or not true?
Not at the prices that I'm buying.
Excuse me, sir.
Wait, what are you buying? I'm confused.
What are you buying, sir?
I buy alcohol. I sell alcohol.
Oh,
So if they come in with things like, moonshine and stuff like that, they would like their margins to be a little bit higher than having a middleman like me in the middle of
I can understand that, but I assume that if somebody were looking to be steered in the correct direction, you may or may not be the man to steer them in that direction.
I mean, I hear rumors every once in a while, whether or not
And
they
you spread
actually
those
do get
rumors. Do you not, sir? Oh, wait, we're not here for an interrogation. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. My bad, Mr. Thaddeus. I got a little carried away, sir. Pardon me.
Martial Lords, are you smelling what I'm smelling?
No, sir. I just had my saddle waxed. That wasn't me.
No. So, Thaddeus, why do you smell like sap and stringy meat?
Yeah, what is that?
Um,
What that is?
That's what I'm smelling.
I mean, maybe it is. I do have a lot of sap from all the various bullet holes and cuts and stabs and everything else that has had to get patched up over of my time in county, because apparently being a saloon owner is a bit of a dangerous business. As far as the stringy meat, I don't know. I cook a lot of stuff that goes in my pot pies.
Yeah, it's dangerous when you're selling moonshine out the back. So,
It's dangerous when you give unruly men a bunch of liquid to reduce their inhibitions, so to speak. Liquid curd.
yes.
A little something to put the hair on your chest or on your schmetzel.
Yep, it's been known to do both, especially the whiskey.
Schmetzel, eh? I haven't.
From
pulled
what
out
I've
my
heard,
Schmetzel all day.
his whiskey doesn't have that bite in the back that most do, so it's hard to tell if you a man or not when you drink it. But then you look down, you see a couple of 3 new hairs on your schmetzel. Well, you know it did the job.
Sounds like you've been talking to a certain DA.
What's a DA? A district attorney? Nah, I don't mind with
Yeah.
that little fancy pants. We ain't here to talk about no law and politics. We're here to talk about 3 friends having a drink and accusing you of selling moonshine out the back of your store, sir. I'm joking about that last part. Mr. Quail, do you have a love interest in your life right now? You got any ladies looking to stroke them fine locks of yours, sir?
Yeah, every day. But I got to beat them off. It's what I spent most of my time doing.
Sir, I would suggest that, if we're going to show this here reel to someone, we keep it a family style reel, if you know what I'm saying. Watch your tongue, sir.
No, I didn't mean it in the way your mind's taken. I mean literally, I have to beat off the ladies. they're all over me, and I got to keep them away, like flies. Well, yeah, I got flies all over me too. I don't understand, but no, I don't necessarily have a love interest. I would say I would say I'm married to the badge, but um I think the badge married me in a sense. Uh, Thaddeus, on the other hand, he's quite the ladies' man.
So I've heard, sir. Tell us about your exploits with the affair and proper sex.
I mean, I just provide them a place to do their business without judgment.
Go to the bathroom. You peeping on them, sir?
I wasn't talking about the bathroom, but if they want to go into the bathroom without any interruption, they're free to do that as well.
I think he's spying on the ladies when they're going out to the outhouse, sir.
I'll tell you, boys, who's been spying lately. I've been keeping an eye on him down in Valentine. That weaponsmith Henry Banks, him and his uncle. They're problems, and martial lords. I've been meaning to tell you we're gonna have to do something about this.
So tell me the story. What do we got going on?
Well, that boy down there, he says he wants to keep people clean, so he gives everybody money for baths. But I've caught that boy peeking in the back of that window multiple times. Pants down to his ankles.
Maybe we set up a sting operation where I come in and disrobe, and he gets a full look at the glorious martial lords in the buff. Maybe he changes his mind.
That's the problem, sir. He's giving baths to the men, not the women.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So here's the thing. I say we just shoot him in the head.
No, sir. Remember, this may or may not be used in a court of law. Should it be seen by judges or whatnot? We got to be careful here what we say, sir.
I'm going to have to object, considering he's one of my top customers, especially when it comes about ordering the prime rib. So,
it
how about
always
we not
comes
shoot him?
down to it always comes down to money with you, doesn't it, Thaddeus? I thought we had thick
Not
blood.
always, but
So, is there anything you wouldn't do for $1, sir?
I'm sure there's probably a few things. I'd probably have to think about it for a bit and get back to you on that one now.
Yeah, I can't think of a dang thing.
Not a thing, sir. So, Mr. Quayle, you are a decorated and honorable law officer, as far as I've served with you, sir. Can you regale a few of your exploits? Tell us a tale of some of the more fun folk you've dealt with in the county and how you've dealt with them, sir.
Oh, there's this one character that's really giving us hell. And, well, there's a group of them. One of them goes by Mickey, and he was, oh, goodness. I haven't seen him around in a bit, but that boy, he would do two things.
That fellow with the pale skin, yes, sir.
Yeah, he would speak with this pitch that would just make me want to stab my eardrums.
Oh,
But I
sounded
loved
like he
him.
was eunuch.
I loved him at the same time. It's weird. And then he'd go killing horses, just out of nowhere. And I don't know where he went. It's a good thing he's not here right now, because he'd probably be flipping this table. He was quite a character. But one day, we were chasing Mickey right outside of Valentine. And, I guess you'd have to know the guy. But he has this way of turning the tables on everything. We get him hogtied, get down there, start talking to him, figure out, why are you killing the horses? And next thing I know, I'm out in the streets killing horses with him. He has this way of just turning the tables. And anyhow, that's probably the most bizarre one we've dealt with lately.
Out of respect for your badge, sir, and your position over me, I'm going to forget that I heard you was killing horses and pretend that you was stepping on ants. How's that sound, sir? Because I don't take no kindly to none of that. But what is it about a man like that that can get you to do something like that? Oh, no, we ain't doing none of that tonight, sir. This is a friendly talk. But
I had to guess that it had something to do with chocolate milk. That's just my guess, though.
Did he tempt you with the chocolate flavor of leche, sir?
Don't talk about the chocolate milk.
Why can't we talk about that, sir?
There's few things in life that I take more seriously than chocolate milk.
We know that, but I don't understand why we can't talk about it. I mean, it's chocolatey, it's smooth, it's delicious, it's great on a hot day, it's wonderful on a cold day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not addicted to it at all.
So you're
What about
shaking,
you?
sir.
No, I'm
Take a
fine,
breath.
Mr. Lords. What about you?
Yes.
I mean, we've been on the force together a long time.
Oh, I would like to say that whenever somebody gets it under their skin to go rob a bank, I am just at my height and glory. There ain't nothing I like more than standing out front and negotiating with them rascals, sir. It just suits me as like a clam to high tide. I'm happy. I do
Yeah.
remember a certain bank robbery in, I believe it was Saint Denis, and we decided to go out, and I went up on top of the bank to look for a sharpshooter. And as I walked up, there he was, looking me eye to eye. I could see the whites of his eyes, sir. He turned and he drew his. No, I fought it a little though. He
Right, 'cause you're
turned.
a man.
As he was reaching for his pistol, I slugged him one right in the snoot. He punched me back. We got into it right up on the roof, and in the end, he wrapped his hands around me. And the last thing I remember was blacking out and seeing his ugly, ugly face. I woke up in the doctor's office, so I never know what happened to that boy, but I promise you one day I will catch him.
I bet he's one of them New Yorkers,
What's wrong with New York folk? They got money,
listen,
sir.
they're trying to squash our type of folk, They're trying to shut us down, switch us over to these new technologies and such they're talking about out of New York. I don't have the words really. I'm just a lawman, but I'm worried about
Well, let's talk
I'm worried
about
about
that.
our lifestyle, Where's it gonna go? About the
Well,
15
frontier. Years ago, there were no such thing as electric lamp. At least not for human regular consumption like we use today.
I was fine.
Now you walk down the streets and they're everywhere. Is this an end to our way of life, or are we will our rugged manly ways continue? Or are we going to be soft Nancy boys like they are in Saint Denis?
Are you talking about soft hands on me? Hell no.
Not on you, sir, but on society as a whole now that we, as they say, progressing into the future.
I would pass that question to the more intelligent one to the right here.
Okay, well, I will answer that. Oh, you're talking about Mr. Thaddeus. Yes, sir. Mr. Thaddeus, go ahead, sir.
I don't know why you keep calling me more attention. I don't know, man. I just try to get through my day.
You're not a lawman,
I mean,
so that's intelligence there, I'd say.
Yes, sir.
maybe, but I don't know. I'm just doing what I'm trying to do. I try not to think too much about the future or anything like that. For the most part, I'm just trying to make sure that my supplies are coming in and I can get things cooked up, I can get things brewed up, and I can sell it. But I mean, things.
Well,
have
now
always been
that's
changing.
not all in. No, I'm going to cut you off because that's not entirely true. I've been in your store and I've seen on that rack them 3-cent novels you got about spacemen and saucers and time travels and all of that. And what do you say about that, sir?
I mean, it's just entertainment, something to fill the day with.
You don't give no merit to none of that, seeing as how far we've come. They're talking about horseless carriages now.
Yeah, I think I saw one time. I thought it was pretty interesting. We'll see where things go, but I don't know. I try not to be too philosophical about things. Otherwise, I don't want to be too introspective considering my line of work.
Now, wait a minute, Daddy. So you telling me you saw... Wait a minute. Did you see Betty White's carriage? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm not sure if it was her carriage, but I could have sworn I was down in San Denis one day and I saw one of them horseless carriage driving around. It was an
All
interesting
right.
sight.
Bet that
First
was
and
her.
foremost, before we get to this Betty White thing, which we're going to get to in depth here, Mr. Quayle, you stand by. I want to say that we're upstairs in the Blackwater Saloon right now, hanging out and having a conversation. And downstairs, we got a couple of fans down there that are waving hello that I want to say to that I don't think they've been in the saloon before. So let me give a great big shout out to Beef Jerky and Scribsy. I see you down there at the saloon. Bartender, one on me, sir. Welcome to the show, guys. Anyway, go ahead, sir. Tell us all about this Betty White. It's a name that I've heard dropped in the county many times back and forth. Who exactly or what exactly is this lady, and what is it with her and her carriage that you speak of?
Well, I don't know. Every time she shows up, I forget everything.
What do you mean you forget everything?
I just don't know. All I remember is her showing up, and then somebody's picking me up. Usually Gertie.
Doctor.
Stuffing my wounds. Sorry. Go ahead, Devin. I know what you're gonna say, Dr. Gertie. Yes.
Yes.
I apologize, Dr.
No.
Gertie. Stuffing
Yeah,
my
you
wounds
gotta-
with that stringy meat.
So you have stringy meat, then it sounds like. So what is it about this lady that she comes into town, she causes problems or what? Mr. Thaddeus, can you shed any light on this? It's just I've heard this name so much.
Thaddeus won't ever. I don't know. Thaddeus won't ever really give a witness statement, so I don't ever know really what's going
Give a
on.
witness statement? We're giving you plenty of witness statements. I just don't know anything about Miss Betty White.
You're always on the fence. You're always on the. You
do you
play
mean
the
I'm
good
always
and the
on the
bad side.
What are you talking- you guys have deputized me. I've given witness statements. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm
So I
always on
haven't
the
seen
fence.
you hanging around with a certain Paulie. That's what I've been told.
A certain parlay. Who would that be?
Paulie. Mr. Paulie Santangelo.
Oh, Mr. Polly. Yes. I mean, yeah. He comes into the bar. I'm
Mr.
friendly
Quayle
as I
himself
try to be
told me
friendly
he
with
saw you
everybody.
talking with him. You know, maybe
Yeah, I'm
having a
just
little
talking
handshake,
to-
maybe some backdoor deals, maybe you buying some stuff from him. I don't know.
Are you talking about
I don't
Polly?
think
Or
Polly.
You're
Yeah.
saying parlay. What the hell?
Paulie, sir. Paulie.
Okay, I think he means Polly.
Yeah. He
What
does.
else would I mean, sir?
I don't know, Devin. Well, let's just move on.
There ain't no pirates in this here saloon, lady. Not producer crazy. So Betty White,
but
she nothing you could tell us on that subject? Because I'm drawing a blank. That may have been before my time, sir.
It's the ghost of Betty White, Mr. Lords. I mean, I thought we talked about this, man. I don't know. I think that I can't think right there. Memory.
All right, sir. All right, calm down. Take a breath. Have a drink, sir. Have a drink. You embarrassing yourself on the film here.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So back to more civilized things. The state of the world we live in today, gentlemen, I don't see it getting any better. The beer is cold, the horses are friendly, and you know what? You can settle your disputes with a quick wrist. You know what I'm saying? Just stand on the street, take care of boom, boom, 12 o'clock high. It's all over. You know, frontier justice. Mr. Thaddeus, I was reading.
Supposed to be coming to an end. I mean, isn't
Oh,
that what you
man.
guys are around here for?
Hell no, sir. That's the best part of my day. I mean, yes, sir, law and order all the way. Mr. Thaddeus, I have to ask you, sir, going back to the topic of the science fictions, as you call it, those 3-store dime novels you sell. You're
Well, I
not
don't
afraid
sell
of
books,
some
I just read a few.
robot taking over your job in the store. You know, I will sell you taffy for 2 cents. You don't see that happen?
A robot?
Automatons, you know, electronic man, sir.
It's that New York stuff I told you about.
I've been reading them in his books.
What any of that stuff is. I mean, they're in books, but I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in books. You know, aliens and.
Whoa, you saying there's
doesn't mean it's
aliens
gonna
out
be
here,
real.
sir?
No, I said in the books. You ever read books, Mr. Lord? There.
I read police reports, sir, and I write even more. I'm about ready to write up on you for selling whatever you selling outside of the saloon like you admitted to tonight.
I have admitted to nothing except selling booze, legal booze.
Pardon me, but we do have a pigeon form over here asking something, if I may interject.
Oh, we got ourselves a pigeon question. Yes, ma'am.
Which situations in your line of work got you sweating bullets, or would you have a dear old mama turning red as a beet?
That's a good question for Mr. Quayle. Sir, have you ever feared for your life in a terrible way where you just didn't think you was going to come out of that situation to be able to sit down here with me here today?
Let me tell you, I heard a woman and a boy screaming. This was in the upper area of the saloon. Thaddeus had already gone to sleep. I'm walking down the street. Nobody to back me up. Just me and my cattleman. My other weapons were with Henry Banks. He's cleaning them up and getting them fixed after a rough day prior. And I hear these screams and I decide, you know what? I'm going to go up there. I get halfway up the stairs. I look over my right shoulder and I see a couple gentlemen sitting drunk as hell at the table, not even really conscious. And I started, my heart started beating, and I looked deep down in that well of my body. And what I saw at the bottom of that well scared me. Scared me something awful. I had
you
in
see,
that
sir?
moment, well, I was talking, and then you interrupted me. So now
My bad.
I think I've forgotten. Hold on.
Unforget, sir. Continue your
What
story.
were we doing?
We were talking about
Right.
Yeah.
So So I
A
bought
deep
the
soak.
horse, right? So I bought the horse, and I threw saddle on her, and it was great. It's one of the fastest horses I've ever owned. So I took off on. What's that?
Keep going, sir.
Okay, I took off on that horse toward Armadillo, and she's the best horse I've had. If you need a horse, I'll get you.
Yes, sir.
that.
Fine horse. I agree. Continue, sir.
That's the end of my story. I mean,
What was it in the well?
Where
Oh,
was this
oh.
well again? In my saloon?
oh, yeah. So I'm halfway up the stairs, and I'm looking down in my soul. The well of my body.
Oh,
Because in that moment, you're thinking, am I really gonna go up there on my own? There could be 4 or 5 men up there hurting a young child and a woman. What do you do in that situation? I'm not going to be able to defend myself. But I
So
had
you
to,
got on your horse and you rode away? That's what you telling us?
No. I thought you were asking about a different. I got this bouquet of roses that morning, and told my best. Wait, hold on. No, sorry. The
Bartender, no more for Mr. Quail, please.
wait, I didn't even. Okay, so let me just clarify.
sounds like it needs a couple more, actually.
No, it sounds like every other story he tells. It takes 25 minutes to say I walked into the store and took a dump.
Sir, I think you're
Oh.
having a stroke.
Yeah, you all right there, Marshall?
I'm fine. You all just need to listen closer.
We trying to listen, sir. Listen to you is like
details.
watching two old people have sex. It's just annoying and drawn out too far.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, you said yourself it wasn't that okay though. So what I was getting at is the flowers, they're just not what they used to be, around here. But anyway, back to my story. I'm halfway up those stairs, and I had that moment like, am I going to turn around and walk back out? And just let whatever's happening upstairs happen. And those are the moments, I think, when a lawman has to choose who he is as a man. Is he a man? And more importantly, is he dangerous? Right? As a lawman, you have to be just as dangerous or more so than the enemy, than the evil in this world. So yes, I feared for my life. I can't tell you what happened that night. It's unspeakable. But I'm here.
Did you take care of business, sir?
Indeed. I'm getting chills though. I can't go back in that mind
Well, maybe
space.
you can tell me later what you did that night.
Yes, ma'am. I can tell you later.
All distractions aside, ma'am, focus on your job. What is it? What is it about a lawman that makes him a lawman? What is it that gives him that extra bout of courage to run into a situation where he's outgunned and outnumbered, knowing that the odds are stacked against him? Is it his duty to the badge, or is it something extra?
Chocolate milk.
Is not.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Chocolate fucking milk. No, Mr. Quail, please continue, though. This is a fascinating theory of mine.
Okay, well,
What is this chocolate
there's
milk
two
that you
things.
keep talking about?
Oh, we'll talk. Well, so there's two things I'd say, Marshall. One of them being nothing to live for. And another one being a disdain for evil in the world. I think those two things.
So, which one is it for you more than the other? Which one outweighs the other?
A disdain for evil. Because I have my fellow lawmen to live for.
So you consider yourself part of a brotherhood that's unbreakable, that you put your life on the line for, almost like a gang or another family would, except these people are your compatriots.
Have my actions showed you that? I mean, we're sitting here tonight discussing something.
Oh,
that
no,
thought
sir,
you
I
and
am not.
already understood.
I am not. No, I completely understand. but for the
doubting me?
No, sir. But for the folks that may see this here film reel in the future, maybe
the film
we
reel.
just, we're trying to clarify some things for them so they can understand what it's like to do this job we're doing when we have to investigate Mr. Thaddeus for,
selling moonshine out the back of his saloon or whatnot.
Allegedly, right?
I don't know about that, so that's for the district attorney to decide.
I'd be really curious to see exactly what evidence you guys have besides the word of
Oh no, we ain't talking no
Mr.
evidence. There ain't
Wilson?
nothing. Don't worry about none of
it.
that. So you just sit back and enjoy the night and have another whiskey shot on me, sir.
That wouldn't be the first time he put me in jail.
No, sir. I do remember. How many times have I arrested you wrongfully? Twice?
Twice.
Twice. Well, you got to remember, these old eyes of mine don't always see too well. I see an altercation going on, and you wear that blue vest, which blends into the background. So I just thought you was the perpetrator. Twice.
Well, I mean, you arrested me one time for getting shot in my own bar. I'm not exactly sure how that worked, but
and I'll let you go, son. You didn't do no time. I didn't write no report. You was out the door in 15 minutes. You just got a scolding, but for not, calling us first. That's all it was.
I'm not sure if I exactly had a chance to call you first, but
well, that sounds like a you problem.
I don't really recall much. I don't really recall much. I had to be reminded of everything that happened, but
I'm just saying, in the future, maybe you just fire up your feces there and run out the front door yelling, "Police, help me, help me, help me!"
Feces.
Feces, sir.
Oh, footses. Oh,
yeah, footses. That's the word. I'm no pedantricist or whatever the foot doctor is.
Oh, yep.
Whatever.
And then you arrested me when I started to fix my own wagon.
Well, sir, that there was a case of you was being an asshole. Wait, no, that was me being an asshole. That's right. I was being an asshole. I had but if you hadn't stolen me those 2 whiskeys, I wouldn't have been there, sir, out in the street with a buzz on.
I had all those O'Driscolls showed up and they started shooting at me, and I shot them, and then I was trying to repair my wagon, and y'all showed up and arrested me, called me a moonshiner.
That's if the shoe fits, sir.
How does the shoe fit? I was the one being attacked. It was my wagon.
It was your feetses.
He's got 2 left feetses.
Yes. No, we just having a good time with you, Mr. Thaddeus. You understand for realsies, though, sir, that we do respect and honor the work you do in the community. You do bring people together, whether it's for the better or worse. But everybody in the county, whether you was a bad guy, a good guy, or anything in between, they always seem to find a nice, comfortable spot in your saloon. You welcome everyone, and that, sir,
screaming like a little boy. Thaddeus runs down, immediately grabs my sack, stops the bleeding, takes me to Gertie. That's a man.
That's actually, I believe I saw, I saw your man part there laying on the ground. And I thought maybe it was one of a mountain oyster that I had forgotten or fell out of my pocket.
Well, Dr. Cletus gave me that added dick to me, so I'm glad that I'm glad you saved that.
If I'm not mistaken, that's not the part you were missing. So you're saying you got 2 now?
Yes, sir. I heard the doctor put in a nudicle.
It's getting a little.
So.
It's well worn. It's like a leather duster,
All that time you spent in the saddle, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Okay, so now that we're talking about your Rocket Mountain oysters, sir, can you tell us, Mr. Thaddeus, some of the specialties you serve up in your saloon for the hungry traveler?
Well, I mean, there is definitely the Grizzly Mountain oysters I sell, made with a special blend of 11 herbs and spices that I keep secret.
Oh, very good, sir. So
That's
can you tell us, so these are Grizzly Mountain oysters, they, you get them all flavorfully? Like you cut them high up or what? What's the secret?
I mean, the secret is, my saloon's in Valentine, and which is the largest livestock auction yard in the county. So I have a ready supply of mountain oysters, and very and fresh. So that's one part. I go down there every morning, make sure I go inspect all the bulls, find out which ones I want, and pick out the best ones, and then yeah, batter them up, fry them up, and sell them, serve them up.
One of Marshall Quayle's oysters wouldn't have happened to flop into the pan on accident there, would it have? I didn't get myself a Marshall treat, did I?
Oh my.
No, I was able to figure that one out. I mean, his was a little bit smaller than what I was used to, but I thought maybe.
Okay, yeah. So the beverages. Let's talk about the beverages. Yeah.
Yeah, the beverages. There you go. What? Let's talk about some beverages. By the way, real quick, I see somebody down there in the saloon up at the bar waving to us, Mr. Kinsoon. Howdy, sir. Bartender, one on me, sir, for that gentleman there. Go ahead, sir.
So go ahead.
Oh no, you're okay.
Well, somebody go ahead. The crickets is gonna start riding tumbleweeds through here.
Daddy's, what's your favorite drink? That's what I was getting at. I mean, it's not not chocolate milk, is it?
No. That's yours. But I do when I do make it for you, I try to make sure I find the best cocoa I can find. But
so his mouth is watering as we speak.
I'm a bit of a vodka man myself.
Oh, all right. Not moonshine, huh?
Oh, he just sells it. He don't drink it, sir.
Right.
So, Mr. Thaddeus, just thinking about the ways of the world and how you operate your business, how the hell can you charge so damn much for cigarettes?
It's the sap. Sap is quite hard to come by. It's expensive, and being that my saloon is right down the way from the main marshal's office in county, and so many of the officers are voracious smokers. It's just laws of supply and demand coming together.
I understand, sir, but you going to profit off a man's habit like that? What are you, a big tobacco company?
I mean, I am a business.
So what if somebody catches the consumption in their lungus? You know, they take you to court. How do you feel about all that?
I'm sorry. Why would it take me to court? Smoking is perfectly healthy. 9 out of 10 doctors says tobacco is completely healthy.
Oh yes, I had 2 on the way in, and my lungs was feeling just fine, sir. I'm perfect.
You could probably run a marathon.
I'm telling you, it's perfect, man. I'm great.
Let me tell you one thing.
Oh, go ahead.
No, miss, you go ahead, please.
Well, I was just going to say that we have another pigeon form here, but I would like if you just went ahead first, and then I'll ask this question.
Well, I was going to bring up Thaddeus' butter. He carries the sticks of butter.
Wait, what?
He's got. So listen,
I carry butter.
Well, I think that's what it is. Listen. I just wanted to mention, for the record, on this taper thing, this filmer thing that you got going here. This. What was I talking? Damn it.
Moving pictures, sir.
Moving pictures, yeah. So this butter remedy, I'm trying to spread the word about this, and so you just grab a stick of butter off of Thaddeus' tables in the saloon, and if you got them hot snakes, coming out of your rear end, out of your butthole, out of your asshole,
Oh yes, sir.
After eating one of his prime ribs the next morning, that thing will be on fire. He's used a lot of that dark black pepper, So
it's usually for my tamales, but go for it. Go on.
Well, no. I mean, I don't want to miscategorize your food here. Maybe it is the tamales. I don't know. But whatever makes my rear end burn, my cheeks burn, you just stand that stick of butter on it. Now, I haven't done this. Marshall Bo Madison's the one that shared this with me. You stand that stick of butter on end, and because you really want to dip your cheeks in some milk when they're burning, right?
Yes.
So instead, you just sit down on that butter, and everything's better.
So you telling me and all the people that may be watching this here flicker machine that a stick of butter is the way to cure the old hickory hole?
Yes, it is, and Mr. Thaddeus here has the best butter for that purpose.
Well, you heard it here first.
Just a little plug for
the same kind of butter that I
news to me
use
too.
on my toast in the morning?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, indeed. But probably not the same if you haven't had Thaddeus' butter.
So yeah, instead of buttering your toast, you can butter your biscuits.
Exactly. So you
Perfect.
get them
I
hunt
love it.
snakes. You just wiping and wiping and wiping.
Well, who
Just
says
wipe.
you wouldn't learn any informational and educational type stuff here on my little flicker film here? Thank you so much for that information. Thaddeus, your
Indeed.
sales of butter are going to go through the roof, sir.
I hope so.
So this question here I got.
Ma'am.
There, a lot of people are wondering here. What tales do these fine folks have about the most perilous critters they have wrangled or faced down? Do you hunt? Do you like to, kill some animals or some critters? And how dangerous are they?
Well, I hunt for beaver. That's about it. How about you boys?
Wait, the
Yes,
animal?
yeah, he loves them. The hairier the beaver, the better, sir. He likes it where they've been in the water and they come out all nice and wet. I know all about it. So, Mr. Thaddeus, what about you, sir?
I mean, I may have partaken in several legendary hunting excursions with Dr. Sadie Beth. She used to run a tour.
Legendary hunting.
Oh yeah, these are some of the bigger bears and cougars and moose and all kinds of
You say
like
cougars?
Yep.
I thought the only cougars to be found were upstairs in the bedrooms with the red lights, sir.
I mean, there's cougars of all kinds. There's
I mean,
those.
she tore
but,
me to shreds. Anyway, so are they pretty big out there, the in the wild? Like, what makes a legendary creature legendary? I guess is a good question.
Can be size. There's a fairly massive alligator, that little white alligator that's out there, and then or it could just be a unique pelt. Like something could be like there's a ram that's got like red horns or teal horns, white buffalo, various types of a few cougars here and there that have all you hear rumors about them coming around, and you go out there, you got to try to find the right bait, and lure them out and shoot them.
So, have you found that they put up more of a fight, legendary being?
Some of them can, considering they like to come right at you. Like usually like the cougars and the panthers, those ones are probably the worst. The gators are usually pretty easy. For some reason, those things just stand there and let you shoot them.
Sounds like some of the criminals Quayle and I've arrested. Speaking of that, I will say that when it comes to hunting, I think Mr. Marshall Quayle and myself can both say that our brand of hunting is more towards the human capacity. You wanted by the law, we gonna bring you in, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, indeed.
That being said, Mr. Quayle, have you ever been on the hunt for somebody that's taken you so long to find that you finally brought in? And what did you feel when you did so?
Oh yes. There's this gang we had trouble with down here in Blackwater for a while, and I caught him red-handed. The leader,
blue-handed, more like it.
Yeah, he was trying to take one of our best marshals, Miss Ella, and
As in kidnap?
I don't know what he was going to do to her, sir, but she was halfway off the horse. I slung that rolling block over my shoulder, and I shot one time. And it's just God's luck that I hit him. And we had tried to catch this man in the act because we knew what he was up to for months. And yeah, it's not a very exciting story, but boy, it's a trophy on my proverbial shelf.
Yes, sir. The satisfaction must have been gleaming in your eyes.
Oh, indeed. Kind of like the stars, in the sky. Speaking of, have you ever thought of the stars in the sky? How they, and it depends on the clouds, and what type of clouds you're dealing with on that particular night. Because nights, they can be long, and it depends on how long, long like the streets, If you've been riding down a street that's so long.
Mr. Quayle, is there a point to this here?
Of much other than when you're thinking, it's like, you could think of anything. Donuts. Speaking
Mr.
of
Quayle,
donuts.
sir.
Yes,
You're
sir.
driving
Yes,
me
sir.
crazy, sir.
I apologize.
And now all you get to see what I deal with when we ride in the range together on a dusty afternoon and he just starts flapping at the gums. It's nonstop. I want to put my bandana right in his mouth and, well, I respect the man too much for all that.
Well, listen,
Oh,
folks.
I'll just keep my
um,
mouth shut then. I mean,
No, no, please don't, sir.
no,
You
really,
use
no. I
always a
mean,
delight. If I may,
I
real
mean,
quick, I see Miss Taylor Nicole down there waving from down next to the bar. Bartender, you take care of her as well. One on the house. Thank you so much, sir. Gentlemen, it has been a distinct pleasure to sit with two of my favorite people in county. Mr. Quayle, it's an honor to serve with you, sir. As
yeah.
long-winded and crazy as you get, you and I have had some mighty adventures, and the fact that we sitting here today ain't no testament to not only your bravery, but your teachings as a law enforcement trainer, sir. You have given me wisdom, and I use it to this day. Mr.
Likewise.
Thaddeus, thank you so much for joining me. You and I have had an interesting career together. Sorry about arresting you all those times. It's unfortunate that you just kind of always seem to be in the middle of some bullshit, but as long as you're there, I'm going to be there to ask you what the fuck you doing, sir. I do appreciate it, and you keep on selling that moonshine out the back of your store, sir.
Not a problem. Will do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I see that the film is about ready to run out on this here camera, and I don't know where to get some more. I just found this goddamn thing, so I think we're going to cut it off here. To anybody who happens to see this, we just three old cowpokes, nothing special. We just enjoy each other's company, a couple of hands of poker, and a couple of bottles of whiskey. Keep your powder dry, and don't squat with your spurs on. We'll see you next time.